Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital Recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Thank you again for your patience with me yesterday. I still think it was a better idea to do it in the morning because I know the last night if I would have done it, it would have been a hot mess and nobody wants that. So let's get right to today's oh my goodness. I can't even. So at Ava's, Julian's plans aren't working. He's lamenting to Pete, who is just like, you're not paying me enough for this. And basically he needs to make his family believe in him again. And I'm like, oh, sweetheart, it's not going to happen. So Sam arrives, and she gives him a hard time about letting himself into Alexis's house. And she also says that nobody wants him here. Like, literally no one. Well, maybe Ava, but she doesn't count. And then she tells him to leave. Basically run Simba run and never return. So she says, oh my god, speaking of that, did you hear they're making a new live action Lion King?
No.
Yeah, from the Jungle Book people.
Cool.
So yeah, that's exciting. Sorry, I love the Lion King if you don't already know. So Sam says that Julian being here is hurting Alexis, which is in turn hurting her. And he's like, but my livelihood's here. And she's like, you can't go back to that. Like, it's not, everything isn't just going to go back to normal because you were acquitted, because we all know you're guilty. And you're going to die, by the way. So Julian thinks she still cares about him by trying to save him from Sunny. And she's like, no, I still despise you, but I'm just sick of the bloodshed and I don't want you added to it. So he asks how much she knows and how he can protect himself from Sunny. So she's like, look, I don't know about any plan, like nothing specific. I just know how these things work. And she says no one will come looking for him if he goes abroad, like to Singapore or something, and they all want to forget he existed anyway. So bye. And then she leaves. At the boxing gym, Sunny was wearing a shirt with the name of it, and I just didn't write it down. So Sunny's art. You get that? One more time.
Boloninos.
There you go. So Sunny is already having the accident set up with an associate of his, and he doesn't want to know anything. Like, it'll have total deniability. Not just plausible deniability, total deniability. So Jason arrives, and he says he has a solution to the Julian problem, and Sunny's like, I have it handled. And Jason's like, yeah, by that guy, like over there. So Sunny says that it's a double-blind contract, totally untraceable, and Jason's like, yeah, but Carly's gonna know. So Jason says, what if Julian just disappeared? Like, just poof, no more Julian. And he tells him that Sam is talking to him now about cashing out and leaving. So Sunny says that the other families will see he's vulnerable with Julian walking around, and Carly and the kids are targets, and Sunny tried the law, it failed, so now it's his way. So Jason says that, look, Sam hates Julian, but he's still her father and he still saved Danny. And you know, Jason says, look, let me check out the broker you're dealing with and make sure the deal, like, everything's reliable. And, like, I think y'all might be getting your wish about Jason moving his way back into the business. So, he says, look, Sunny says that, look, he can't fully and completely trust anyone on his payroll. Like, the only person he could trust like that is Jason. And Sunny thinks Jason should keep his promise and his vows and, like, should keep his distance from the business because Sunny can't walk away. Like, Jason can. He can't. At Casa Corinthos, Carly has a gift for Morgan. It's a jade necklace. It promotes wisdom, balance, and peace. And Morgan says he doesn't deserve it. So he wants, after she talks to him, he does want to wear it. And Carly wants him to have dinner with her. And he says he's meeting Kiki when she gets off work. So she can tell that something's not quite right. So Ava comes over after Morgan leaves, and she brought Avery something and wanted to bring it by, and it's a cute little flower dress, and, you know, Avery's already in bed because she's a child, and Carly tells her that she can leave it downstairs, but, you know, Ava wants to go upstairs just to look at Avery, and then the topic of Morgan gets brought up, and that he's volatile. So Carly doesn't want to talk about Morgan with her, obviously, and she insists that, look, he's medicated and stable. There's nothing to talk about anyway. And Ava talks about how he lunged at Julian, and Ava would hate to see him backslide. And Carly's like, look, fine, see Avery and, like, get out of here. So Ava has more pills, so probably something that'll make Morgan even more violent, like, because obviously, like, sugar pills aren't working or whatever she gave him, that, like, she needs something that'll actually make him have a reaction. So Carly calls Morgan and leaves a message just to check in. Ava comes back downstairs, and Ava allegedly doesn't want an escalation either. And Carly says Julian was the one making threats, and Ava says that, look, he doesn't mean what he says. Then why does he say it? And Ava doesn't want Avery caught in the crossfire. Sonny comes back home, and Carly tells him about Ava's visit and comments. And Ava did get in Carly's head a little when it comes to Morgan. And also that Ava's concerned that he's going to make a move and Avery will get caught in the crossfire. And Carly asks Sonny not to answer Julian's threat. At the Metro Court, Dylan is there to meet Anna. He and Kiki briefly talk about how well Morgan's doing. And Anna comes in. She asks Dylan where his father is. He, just to trust her, like, don't ask too many questions, but he's still asking questions. And Anna says, look, this involves your sister. There's a link between her and the hospital killer victims. And he tells her the whole thing with Tracy being concerned and reaching out to Susan. So Dylan tells Ava. No, Dylan tells Anna. Oh my God, I can't. I got too into the zone, and I lost all concentration. So Dylan tells Tracy. No, oh my God, it's too late. Dylan tells Anna that Tracy, because I have Tracy written here, and I keep skipping over. Dylan tells Anna that Tracy went to the Finger Lake region to find Susan, and she still might be there. Morgan is set up at the Metro Court, and he's thinking about the Turn in Your Work website, and Morgan calls Spinelli for help. He tells him all about the scanning software and asks him to take the paper off, that there's a no tolerance, well, it's actually a zero tolerance policy for cheating, and Spinelli said, well, we can't hear what Spinelli says, but I'm sure he says, like, of course. So Kiki hears him talking to Spinelli, and he says he was asking how to jailbreak this game on his phone. So Ava shows up and asks Kiki for a movie night, and she says that she and Morgan have plans. Ava's surprised, and, after he attacked Julian, and, when will she admit he's out of control? And at the cabin in the woods, which isn't quite as isolated as I thought it was, still, like, kind of out of the way, but not totally isolated, Paul is conflicted. He doesn't want to kill Tracy, but he has to. And he says killing her, well, she says that. She says that killing her will only guarantee that he dies too, and that kind of gives him pause for a hot second. So she says Luke Spencer will make him pay if the authorities don't. And she says, look, he got sloppy, and, Luke's going to find out. And she says Dylan knows that she was making inquiries about Susan, so he's going to know. And the only way he has a chance of getting out of this is with her help. So Tracy says that, look, I understand why you did what you did, which is why I'm going to help you cover it up. And then a call comes in, and Paul says that if she wants him to trust her, then don't answer it. If he wants, I don't even know. You know what I mean. So Tracy answers it. It's Anna, and she yells, help. And then Paul grabs it and destroys the phone. And Dylan asks Anna if Tracy's okay, because he can hear it. Like, she wasn't just like, help. I mean, she, like, screamed it like a blood-curdling scream. Something is definitely wrong. So Tracy says Tracy says Anna is going to trace the call. So she's gonna come over here. She's gonna find him. And Paul says, look, they won't find a trace of you here. So Tracy starts screaming for help, and someone knocks on the door and asks if everything is okay. Yay, random person, we really needed you. So Paul answers the door, and the guy says they're concerned they heard a woman screaming, and Paul's like, oh, I was watching something, and then the batteries died, and the volume went really high up, and it was a horror movie. And I'm like, really? The horror movie excuse? Really? So he's really not good at, like, covering things up on the fly. And I don't think the guy bought it, to be quite honest with you. So he has Tracy tied up in the bathroom. He brings her back out into the living room. He can't bring himself to strangle her, so he grabs the syringe and is about to inject her when Anna comes rushing in there, guns drawn. So Anna was probably like, saw the guy walking, and she was like, hey, have you noticed anything weird? The guy was probably like, yeah, heard a woman screaming over there. So Anna knew exactly where to go. I don't know that's what happened for sure, but that's what I imagine happened.
I like that.
Or that Anna just asked the front desk where Paul Hornsby was staying. But either way. So now Ed's scene. I know, right? So Anna has the gun on Paul. She says she understands, and he has the syringe at Tracy's neck, and he, like, calls her bluff. He's like, I'll be able to inject her before you can shoot me. Which, what's the point of killing Tracy now? If Anna's, whatever. So Kiki says Ava and Julian were the ones out of control, and that Morgan's, like, outburst was a blip, and Ava says that Morgan's going to take a turn for the worst, and Kiki asks how she knows that. Yeah. So when Morgan does take a turn for the worst, it's not going to be a big leap to figure out why. Morgan gets a call from Spinelli. Apparently he couldn't get his paper off the server, and Morgan asks him to see if it was flagged yet, but then he gets a call from someone that he has to go to their office, so I can only imagine that's the school. Jason is punching the punching bag, and Sam comes in. They trade notes, and basically it's not going to end well. Julian tells Pete that Sonny's planning to take him out sooner rather than later, so they need to be more careful. Carly doesn't trust the situation, and she wants Sonny to like block Julian's shipments and hurt his credibility, and Sonny says that if Julian comes to an unfortunate end, it won't be by his hands. And Carly knows what that means. Anna says that she knows Paul isn't going to kill Tracy. And Paul's like, yes, I am. And then Dylan comes rushing in, which I'm sure is the last person Paul wants to see. Yeah. And he tells him that if he kills Tracy, he'll have to kill him too. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Yay, Dylan. Yay, Anna. Woo! Oh my goodness. So see, where poor Charles is going to be is in the Finger Lake region, so that is an acceptable travel time place, and I'm sure they were speeding. I will accept that travel time. Alright, so that is it for today's General Hospital recap. What we're gonna vote on this weekend is both a villain in the week and hero of the week, yes. Which you can interpret both of those any way you can. Like, it doesn't have to be definitely Paul. I mean, it probably will be, but it doesn't have to be, and it doesn't, there's, interpret it as you will with the different storylines that happen this week. And yeah, see? And I will see you Monday for more General Hospital. I hope you have a great day. Bye. And a great weekend.